Good day, everyone. I am Rhian Jemel Braña, a grade 12 STEM student, and this subject is General Physics. In this video, our topic is all about solving problems involving center of mass, momentum, and impulse. First, let's have a short understanding about their definition. Center of mass, or CM, is a point in the system in which the total mass is concentrated. So, in other words, ang CM or ang center of mass mao na ang pinaka-center nga makabalance sa usa ka butang. Now, the formula in finding the center of mass is xcm is equal to mass times the distance of the mass from the origin over mass. Now, let's read a problem to fully understand this formula. Consider two masses m sub 1 is equals to 20 kilograms and m sub 2 is equal to 55 kilograms. If the two masses are positioned in x-axis as shown in the figure below, determine the center of masses. So now we know that the mass sub 1 is 20 kilograms and the mass sub 2 is 55 kilograms. You can also see in the image that it shows above its distance from the origin. Now, let's solve it. xcm is equals to m sub 1 times x sub 1 plus m sub 2 times x sub 2 over m sub 1 plus m sub 2. Let's evaluate it based on the given numbers. It should now be 20 times 14 plus 55 times 5 over 20 plus 55. Let's now solve it. 20 times 44 is equals to 280, while 55 times 5 is equal to 275. Now, add 280 and 275, then you should have the result of 555 over 20 plus 55. Add 20 and 55, then you should gain the result of 555 over 75 is equal to 7.4. Therefore, the center of mass is 7.4 meter. Now, going back to the figure, the center of mass should be right there, slightly longer from the distance of 5 meters. Now, let's move on to momentum. Momentum is also referred to as a mass in motion. It is the quantity of motion an object has, and it also needs two variables: mass, which is the heaviness of the load, and velocity is how fast the load is moving. The concept of momentum helps us to understand the tendency of moving objects to stop. These are the concepts you need to remember. The first one is the faster the object is moving, the greater the momentum is. The second one is the greater the mass of an object, the greater the momentum is. The third one is the greater the momentum, the harder the object to change motion or to stop. With this, we have the formula of P is equals to M times V, which the definitions are P for momentum, M for mass, and V for velocity. Now, let us focus on some problems to solve regarding our topic, momentum. Number 1. Consider a cargo truck with a mass of 12,000 kilograms traveling at a velocity of 30 km per hour, and a small car with a mass of 2,000 kilograms traveling with the same velocity. If the two vehicles suddenly lose their brakes and crash against the wall, which would be more damaging? First, let's jot down the given. For the cargo truck, the mass is 12,000 kilograms, while the velocity is 30 kilometers per hour. For the car, there is 2,000 kilograms with the same velocity of 30 kilometers per hour. Now, we both need to find the momentum of each given. For the cargo, P is equals to M times V. Evaluate and you should have 60,000 kilograms times 30 kilometers per hour is equals to 360 kilograms times kilometer per hour. For the car, P is equals to M times V. Evaluate, and you should have 2,000 kilograms times 30 kilometers per hour is equal to 60,000 kilograms times kilometers per hour. To answer the question, if the two vehicles suddenly lose their brakes and crash against the wall, which would be more damaging? The answer should be the cargo truck, because the more massive an object is, the greater the momentum. Let's have another problem. A child on sled is moving at 3 meters per second. The mass of the child on the sled is 90 kilograms. What is the momentum of the child? Again, let's jot down the given. The mass is 90 kilograms and the velocity is 3 meters per second. Now we both need to find the momentum. P is equals to M times V. Evaluate, and you should have 90 kilograms times 3 meter per second is equals to 270 kilograms meter per second. Therefore, the momentum of the child on the sled is 270 kilograms meter per second. A force will change the velocity of an object, and if the velocity of the object is changed, then the momentum of the object is changed. The change in momentum is called impulse. The impulse experienced by the object is equals the change in momentum. We have various formulas that apply to our topic. Impulse is equals to the force multiplied by time. The unit for force is Newton or N, while the unit for times is seconds or S. Therefore, the unit for this formula is N times X. Next one is the impulse, is equals to the change in momentum. The unit for the formula is kilograms times meter per second. Next one is the change in momentum is equal to the mass times the change in velocity. And the change in velocity is the final velocity minus the initial velocity. Its unit is kilograms times meter per second. The last formula is the final velocity is equal to the final momentum over mass. Its unit is meter per second. And that's all from my topic. Once again, I'm Rhian Jemel, Braña, a grade 12 STEM student, and this subject is general physics. Hope you enjoy a lot and hope you learned. Bye!